Well, a win is a win and all that sort of thing, but there have to be some concerns that come out of this one, particularly rushing.
Yeah, I think that it was a struggle for a lot of the game, and that is a concern. I think that we found a way to win games, which is great, but we have to be more productive and more consistent in the run game for sure.
You did make some changes, though, and obviously they were effective. Fourth quarter, you nearly doubled your yardage.
Yeah, and that fourth quarter for us has been good all year, but we make it hard on ourselves by the first, second, and third quarters. And I think the other thing is the production on first and second down. We're in second and long a bunch of times today, and then it really forces us into a bad way to play. I thought we missed some throws here and there. I thought we did not have production on first and 10 running. Just put you in bad down and distance situations. We were good on third down, and we were up there, I think almost 50%. We were converting and some tough ones too, which is that was a positive. But boy, we make it tough on ourselves on early downs.
How many guys did you have gutting it out up front today? I know Nick was one of them, and
yeah,
some more. But was that a factor?
I think everybody at this time of year is beat up. So we're fighting through some stuff, and guys are dinged and a little bit banged up. But that's just an excuse. We have to play better. We've got to do a better job finishing blocks and handling run pressures. That's how people are playing us. It's not a surprise. It's not hard to see. So we got to put it on our guys to be able to to continue to fight and get healthy and get ready to play.
What were they doing to bollocks up the middle so much?
They had a lot of middle pressure with safeties and linebackers, and they're bringing extra defenders in the box. And that's where we got some one-on-ones on the perimeter. And we were able to hit a few, but we missed a few too. I thought we missed a couple of big play opportunities because of that. So when they're playing you like that, you've got to be able to hurt them on the perimeter.
How were you able to get DeMornay loose for that touchdown?
He had a really nice route. We had an option there to possibly run, and we had a really good route on a slant that he slipped through. Well, he slipped under the corner and then split the coverage. So it was a really nice route, and Tommy had to hold it a little bit longer to get it there, but it was a good looking play.
Based on the play calling early in the second half, it looked like you were kind of determined to try to get that run game going.
Yeah, it's something that we want to do, and it's not always that easy. But I thought we made a couple adjustments at halftime, found a couple ways to get on the perimeter. I had a good fly sweep for the touchdown to Zoe. And sometimes it's just a matter of continuing to try some different stuff. But we just made it. We only ran, 25 plays or something in the first half. We didn't have that many cracks at it. We had some 3 and outs. We just didn't ever get into that rhythm that we like to get into, and being able to run and play action. I thought we were, with the 3 and outs, we were really just kind of out of sync.
Do you recall, the first 2 plays in the second half after Trey's long kickoff return? That wasn't the start of the second half, was it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and we got stuffed on both the runs.
The first 2 plays. What did you see on those 2 plays?
In terms of what? The defense?
Well, yeah,
we had 2 free hats in the backfield. We lost 2 yards. Both plays lost yards. We got beat at tackle, and we got beat on an inside rush. So we were now here you are, 3rd and 11. Coming out of halftime and trying to get some runs going, and you go, for -1 and 0 or something like that. So, you got to stay with it. We're trying to stay with it, but that's the kind of thing that you get a great return. You want to be able to get some of that rhythm going, and then you go in there and go for 3rd and 11. It makes it tough.
Will that make it a lot harder next week?
Yeah.
If you can't just block them out.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to play a very good defense. I think, we saw a little bit of that game early on today. I don't know who won that game. Who won? Yeah, it was a close game. Some of the clips that we were watching before we started, but they look like they've got a physical, active defense, and we're going to have to be able to block them.
These next 2 games have sort of been on the horizon for a while. And human nature, I would expect even for you guys, you were thinking about him a little bit. Did you make enough progress the last couple weeks offensively, or what do you need to do to make that jump for the?
Yeah, we've got to play better. I mean, we have last 2 weeks, we've won, and we've been excited about the win. But our production is not where it needs to be. We ended up, I think we had 400 yards, but boy, they were hard yards. And we're going to have to play better. We're going to have to play cleaner. We've got to be able to line up. We had some errors just getting lined up. We're just going to have to play smarter and cleaner to be able to beat Wisconsin.
Are there other offensive linemen you can turn to if guys are beat up?
We have what we have on our team, so
Younger guys, maybe?
we're not bringing anybody.
Injured reserve.
We don't have any free agency.
I mean, is there anybody younger that you move up?
We've got some guys that we're going to have to look at, but at the same time, we're not going to be able to make a bunch of wholesale changes, and we're not burning red shirts and any of that kind of stuff.
Were there some things that they did that took you a little bit by surprise? I mean, did they cross you up at all? That's a typical thing to do going against a team like Nebraska.
Yeah, they pressured more, but we expected that. I wasn't surprised by that. We got some tough box looks where they had safeties in the box that hadn't shown a lot of that, but that kind of goes in with the pressure looks. So we weren't overly surprised about that. We have to continue to be able to block the middle linebacker pressures. That's something that gives us some problems, and we just have to be better at that. I thought some of the safety pressures we handled okay.
Newby caught up.
Yeah, so I think just overall better execution of the run game, and in the passing game, the guys that are on the perimeter have to work to get open and beat man coverage, and then we have to be able to throw it and catch it. So it's not anything. There's no magic potion. It's just clean football.
Coach Brandon Riley has kind of had a quiet year. Was it a point of emphasis to get him involved early on in the game? It seems like you were targeting him a little bit more in this game.
Felt good about his week, and taking in that role that Westerkamp usually has in that slot position. We went to him pretty early and tried to get him going. He made some big plays. The one fade ball that he caught on their sideline, it was a beautiful route and catch, and so we tried to get him the ball and get him involved early.
How much does that impact you, maybe handcuff you, might be the right word, as a play caller, not having those two tackles healthy and not having guys like Westerkamp and Seethan Carter?
The main thing is being able to have production on 1st and 10. That's where we've struggled. We've been in 2nd and long a bunch, and then you get into a situation where you're trying to get to a manageable 3rd down, and whether it's a run or a throw, you're trying to mix that up and make sure you're not just one-dimensional. But I think our biggest problems are just how we've been playing on 1st and 10, and it's just the production of what we've done, whether it's an incomplete pass or whether it's a negative run or we get to 2nd and 10. It's tough sledding.
Mike may have addressed it in there, but how close were you to holding Gates out today?
He was cleared, so we weren't going to hold him out if he was cleared, and he played most of the game.
It seemed like you guys were in a lot of 3rd and 8 or more today. Maybe how do you think Tommy handled those situations?
There was a couple he converted that were big plays. That late in the game we were 3rd and 11 or 12 and hit Brandon on that deep hook and got about 20-25 yards on the play. So some of that stuff was good. Those 3rd and longs are tough. The one thing I did, being 3rd and long all day, that makes it hard to convert, but we were almost 50%. So I thought that part of our game was actually decent, but we put ourselves in some bad situations being 3rd and long because